Okay, let's go for it. So give me just 1 second. Okay, the agenda is here. Hello, everyone. We have some pending action items from last week. Kadir, you want to start? Update the team on the status and search click-through rate.
Yeah, unfortunately, much to update there. I filed the bug and I'm waiting for the IT team to give me access to the metrics server. Hopefully, I have more to tell next week, so you can just leave that on there.
Okay, that's good enough. David, blah, blah, blah. That's resolved. Michelle, to get Windows instructions from the emulator. That has been shared already, right?
Yep.
Awesome. To me, a pigit, it's a verb too. I didn't know that. Funny. Sumo development update. Ricky, you want to go ahead, or Kadir, or who's on the lead here?
I don't know, Ricky, did you have a chance to look at this?
Yeah,
As I
I went
just
over
filled
it,
this up before the
but just
meeting.
the general overview, quick summary is we're continuing work on the IA and the redesign, as everybody knows. Like right now, if you look in production with the flag, the homepage looks pretty close. Some links are still wrong or not implemented, but the topics all work, the products work. Uh, and Hot Topics is working, and Mozilla News is working, all live data. So yeah, check it out, and we need to start QAing this. Rebecca's actually going to help QAing next week, so, but yeah, um, that's the big pieces we're working on.
All right, I can thank you, Ricky, and I will just add a little bit about what the time frame is for us now. So we said before that the release we anticipate to switch to the new design by the end of the 17th. 17th sprint is starting tomorrow. So within 2 weeks, that is September 12th, we hope we can actually flip the switch and present the new redesign to our users. It looks like it's going to happen if nothing catastrophic happens in the meantime. So yeah, the best thing that you can do right now is use the site and look at the parts that should be working and report anything where you think, oh wow, this is not going to fly. You can see from this from the sprint that we have been working on, that the Sumo team has been working on for the 16th sprint, what should have been done, and you can see on the list of the 17th sprint which is still going to need. You can also see a description of me there. I said that we will decide mid-sprint whether we want to work more on redesigning the user-facing stuff, sorry, the contributor and Sumo team-facing stuff, or whether we want to go straight to the mobile redesign. And that's going to be, that's because right now the design for the mobile part is not ready yet. And we don't know how much, whether we will be able to do all of the desktop-facing stuff in time. So our main focus is getting the desktop stuff done this sprint and actually push it out and be ready to make this for the 17th sprint. And if we get to that, and if all of that looks good, we can already tackle the mobile side. Yeah. Any questions?
Doesn't seem so.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's move to UX. I'm reading through that. There doesn't seem to that there's nothing that requires any input to brand. So just read the wiki. Or Kadir, do you have anything there that you wanna highlight?
Just just a heads up, I think there was the forum discussion going on, but we had asked for feedback for that, I think 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, it's been progressed fairly a lot, so that there's much more to do about that. We can just expect for that to land within the sprint. Maybe something where you feel strongly about, you can give feedback about the mobile part, because it's been tested less during the paper prototyping, so it could actually benefit from feedback. But I think that's about it. Everything else should be mostly done.
Okay.
Yep.
So we're moving to roundtable. We have 2 topics. First one, I know it might be a bit early, but to give people a heads up for the next IRC meeting in 2 weeks. Okay, so nothing to comment here. It's just an update from SATDAB. We have a new IRC meeting. The next one, can I ask? I have been getting told a lot that now about we're going to be we're going to be merging with Thunderbird support. Can anyone confirm this? Has there been a date set for this? What's the update on Thunderbird? Roland, do you have more information? Kadir?
Oh, I didn't even see that. Wow. We're not. Nothing is planned. We're hopefully going to be able to do something at the fourth quarter. This will only happen, of course, if it works with Firefox OS, and so we don't have a date yet. And we don't want to make Thunderbird impact anybody, so Kadir and I are working on a plan to make this, if we do it. So nothing has happened, nothing has been agreed, but assuming the Firefox OS goes the way we think it will, then we will need Firefox multiple product support for Firefox OS. Am I right, Kadir? In which case we can slip Thunderbird in, at least the KB. Yeah. But the forum definitely hasn't. We haven't thought too much about it. But the KB would be the first step that I'm talking about here, and the only step. Does that answer the question? The answer is we're trying to do it. We're trying to slip it in. Thunderbird is going to no longer have employees working primarily on it after November, but it's still a supported product from Mozilla's point of view, so we would like to slip it in. It has to work with the Firefox OS priorities and other priorities. That's all.
Michelle, anything there? Otherwise, I can. Yeah. So the other thing that could be interesting there is the developer support that we are discussing. That's related to Firefox OS. It's a high priority for the company, and it will help to build the case for Thunderbird.
Okay.
So that's good.
Roland, can you write down basically what you said under that question?
Yeah. Please.
Okay. Yeah, in the Etherpad, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Cheng, moving to Firefox desktop update.
I can take that actually.
Yeah. Okay, Matt.
So Firefox 15 is going to be throttled launch on Tuesday. Right now, the only things that we're really aware of that people need to be on the outlook for is that we've had reports that 15 had poor performance compared to 14. There's nothing that we can substantiate yet, looking through all of the feedback. So if you see reports, we've got some questions that we'd like you to ask people reporting this. You can see them there in the thread that I linked to. We're hoping that if somebody is seeing a significant performance drop, that they can compare 14 to 15 and do a few other steps as well. Just a few other updates that happen to be coinciding with the Firefox 15 release, not necessarily related. Flash 11.4, the initial feedback, we don't have enough to make any real decisions yet. So we're hoping to gather more data and decide if we're really going to push for people to update that, or if we're going to suggest staying on 11.3. We're hoping to know more this week. Early this week would be even better. Lots of reports of click-to-play breaking things, so we just want to reiterate the fact that click-to-play is still very, very much experimental. Nobody should be suggesting it. Anybody who's having issues with it, the first thing you should do is show them how to disable it. It's experimental. It's not something that people should be playing with unless they want problems, right? There were some updates to Speedy again in Firefox 15, and the last time they updated Speedy, we had issues with Gmail and Twitter. So be on the lookout for that. If you guys see anything, please let us know, and we can dig up those Speedy bugs again. The Silverlight block went into place, and we're already seeing some really encouraging stuff there. We had a lot of people on Mac having some really poor experiences, but it seems that we've gotten the best of that. Tyler, updates on Silverlight?
Yeah, just a quick update on the Silverlight issue that there's basically two crashes that give the same crash signature. One of them is fixed by updating Silverlight to 5.1. And that's mainly evidenced on Hotmail. There's another crash that has to do on Gawker websites, Lifehacker, stuff like that. That is not fixed by the Silverlight block list, but that will give the same crash signature that the Silverlight crashes gave. So we may still be seeing that crash, but it's a different issue that QA is working with right now.
But the solution is to update Silverlight to the latest.
That should at least fix half of them. If you're crashing on Hotmail and or Netflix, some people are saying Netflix, updating to the latest version of Silverlight will help. If you're crashing on Lifehacker or other Gawker properties, it won't help, but it can't hurt.
It's a good thing to do.
Anyway.
But it does look like, just looking at the crash stats right now, that roughly 75% of them are fixed by the Silverlight block list. A major drop since the 22nd when the block list went in effect. So it's not as much of an issue now.
That's good. So let's move to the next one. Metrics. Anything there?
Probably the most interesting thing is, apart from the fact that our visitor numbers are still down, but at least we know why that is, and there is a bug, so IT is currently working on that. That is one thing. So the visitor numbers aren't really that down. They are being tracked, so we are not losing that data, and it will be backfilled. That's one information. The other information is that we see some variations in our helpfulness numbers in the votes, and part of that is probably manipulation, because we don't have any limits on voting. And I found a bug. I'm not sure exactly. It's not currently on the 17th sprint because we need to figure out if we can do that with the redesign going on. But very soon we will have rate limiting, at least for the votes. So we will roll this out step by step, rate limiting for first for our KPIs, to protect our KPIs, then protect our contributors and our users. So hopefully within a few weeks we will be able to rely on our KPIs and be sure that they are clean, at least clean of spam data. And other than that, I think none of the metrics look particularly interesting to talk about. So that's that.
Can I say two things really quickly? One is, in regards to helpfulness on the forum, I'm not entirely confident in that KPI now that I actually went and looked at the number of actual votes that make up that number. It's really small. So it will fluctuate a lot just because there aren't that many actual votes.
Well, but that's the
I
one
mean, there
that
are
got,
about 300.
and that's the one that got all the super negative votes all in one day kind of thing. That's what we're doing the rate limiting about, right?
Right, exactly. I mean, usually we have about 300 votes a day. On August 5th, we had 600 negative votes, or even more than that. So
and it's
that was
wonky. Like, it's just 300 is not enough to judge anything, in my opinion. So I think we might need to think about either encouraging more voting or figuring out a better way to measure the quality of contributions.
It's interesting that both helpfulness graphs are statistically controversial, because I got this conversation. We talked about it with Michael the other day. I think that you raised
this point in the KB meeting too. The KB helpfulness, I checked this with other ex-colleagues that are working in other help centers, and they have the same thing, that aggregated data in KB articles, it's flat as flat as it gets over time, and it doesn't fluctuate as much as you improve all the articles. So for individual articles, it's great. In aggregated, it's not that significant. And now we're saying that we don't have enough information on the forum KB article or on the forum answers to use this meaningfully. So I don't know if that we should rethink how we track helpfulness, or we are cool just knowing that this is like not that meaningful in general. So I don't know.
Well, I thought the kind of replacement or the thing that we're looking at is the exit survey thing.
I'm going to be sending surveys today to everyone, to all the 400 people that we have for that last week.
And did we get more results from the first one, Ibai? I know at one point we had very few. Okay.
And so my second point I wanted to make was I sent an email last week about here's how we should do metrics. It was long, so it didn't matter if you didn't read it. But I think we should start collecting a list of open questions, and then Roland and I can start working on providing the necessary metrics.
Should I create an Etherpad, Chang?
Yep.
Okay.
But why don't you create an Etherpad and start getting that brainstorm going? I'll let you handle this project, but I just wanted to kind of bring it up in this meeting in case you didn't read that long email. Is if you have open questions, like what's going on with X, I mean it could be any kind of open question. Just let us know, and we can help you find data to support it, or to help answer any of those questions.
And this is open to the community, I assume, right?
This is why I'm doing this meeting on the previous one.
Okay. Any other thing on metrics? Nope. Okay, so let's move to community. Community guidelines now live. Madalena, Rosanna.
Yeah, so I just wanted to let everybody know that we have been working on some community guidelines to kind of define some core values for the SUMO community that everybody can adhere to. I have created the thread on the contributor forum, so we are looking for opinions and feedback. So if you could do that, that would be great. We already had a few people answering, so thank you for that.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this is sort of like for us like an important thing. It's important for us to know how you want to be part of the community, what's good for you, what's not good for you. And especially for those of you who are non-native speakers, it would be great if you could, give us your feedback on, what are maybe like the best practices or what you think that could be good for communicating among so many different people. So if you have, any ideas, or if there's something that you think that should be in there, don't hesitate and let us know. I think that working with people from the whole world is a challenge, but we can tackle it, and I think that you should give us your feedback. So that's it.
Michelle, I just muted myself before talking.
It probably wasn't even you typing.
Yeah, no, I'm not typing, so.
Oh, who's typing?
Stop typing.
So the next one, LTNNs, doesn't seem to be anything. Rosanna, do you have anything, or we move on to knowledge base?
The knowledge base one is related to localization, so I can talk about that.
Let's move on.
So actually, eBuy, the thing that you did last week actually helped me figure out it is the better solution. So let me explain. So this is one of the things that came up over the last week or two, is something that that I'm going to change in the review guidelines. But so the idea is when you, as a reviewer, are reviewing an article, and the changes that you're reviewing don't change the instructions for the user. So maybe it's just rewording things, but not you know, actually changing the instructions, maybe just making them a little more friendly or whatever. Or it does things like fix, not fix a URL, but fix like a named link, or adds a, you know, that template like with a, you know, short link to the article, or anything that's outside of like fixing the instructions. Then we should use that first revision level, the one that's currently says like for typos and stuff. And I filed a bug to change that wording so it's a little bit more explanatory about what that first revision level is. That will allow you to approve the article and mark it ready for localization, but it won't show up on localization dashboards. It's only the second two revision levels that show up on localization dashboards. But it has the added benefit of, if someone is localizing the article for the first time, then they will get all the latest changes, even those minor wording changes, or also things like you're removing like old content for Firefox 3.6, you know, that kind of stuff. That can all go into that first revision level. Because it doesn't change the article for users. I mean, it would change it, for instance, for 3.6 users, but like literally there's hardly any 3.6 users that visit SUMO anymore. So anyway, I'll make that change in the review guidelines. And like I said, I filed a bug about the change of the wording thing. And so Kadir, Ricky, that's why that's there. If you saw that bug this morning.
That's good. Any other kind of KB?
That's it, other than it's time to start working on Firefox 16 stuff. Yay!
Yeah. Mobile.
Yeah, nothing earth-shattering. We have a release this week, so I'm looking forward to SUMO Day and actually contributing on SUMO Day. We're up in, the only concern I have a little bit is our crash stats are up a little bit compared to 14, so be on the lookout for that. And we're adding back all of our tablet users. So, so I'm super excited for that. It's been a hard road. Thank you everyone who has helped answer tablet users for the last 6 weeks. It's been kind of hellish that we dropped support. So it's great to add it back, and we hope to get to 4 stars on the Android Play Google thing this week. So
Sweet. Not reference. Thunderbird.
Support date tomorrow, Wednesday. Any help appreciated.
I don't know anything about Thunderbird. Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right.
Michelle, Firefox OS. Just read the wiki.
yeah.
Okay. And that's about it.
Wait.
Sumo Day.
You skipped me. So it's Sumo Day this Thursday on the 30th of August. We have a new Sumo Day, we have release, we have loads of questions coming in. So if everybody could spare a few minutes of their time on Thursday and answer as many questions as they can on the support forum, it would be great. And thank you all for your help. And have a great Sumo Day. And I'm done.
We will answer all the questions.
All the questions.
All the questions.
I think we got to 100% if you look on the chart for like Tuesday and Wednesday last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so any other thing, any last minute item? Otherwise, we will call in this a success. Yes, no? Okay, so we're done.
Yes.
Yes, you have something, or yes, we're done?
No, yes, done. Like, let's call it done.
Okay, so for those of you in Europe, enjoy the evening. For today's
A great
today's a
day.
great day to play video
Today's
games.
going to be a great day. It was a great day. Let's finish it like that.
Okay, so for
Ciao.
for those in Europe, enjoy the evening. For those of us in the Pacific, have a fantastic day.
Bye, everyone.
All
Thanks,
right.
Eva, for
Take
leading the
care.
meeting. I really
Bye.
appreciate
Bye.
it.
You're
Yes, thanks,
welcome.
Levi.